Mastering Fantasy Concept Art, a comprehensive guide to digital. Drawing fantasy concept art is a visually stunning and imaginative form of digital art that brings fictional worlds, creatures, and characters to life. Whether you're designing mystical landscapes, legendary warriors, or magical creatures, mastering fantasy concept art requires an understanding of artistic fundamentals, storytelling, and advanced digital techniques. This guide covers everything from fundamental concepts to advanced skills to help you create breathtaking fantasy art. Getting started with fantasy concept art? 1. Understanding digital art tools to create professional fantasy artwork. You need the right hardware and software. Hardware graphics tablet, essential for digital artists. Display tablet. Tablets like the iPad Pro or Wacom Cintiq allow for a more natural drawing experience. Stylus pressure-sensitive pens provide better control and precision. Computer or tablet. A powerful device ensures smooth performance for digital art applications. Software Adobe Photoshop, industry standard for painting and illustration. Procreate, excellent for iPad users, offering intuitive tools and features. Clip Studio Paint, ideal for comics, fantasy art, and digital painting. Krita, a free open-source software for artists looking for a cost-effective solution. Corel Painter simulates traditional painting techniques. 2. Setting up your digital canvas resolution. A resolution of 300 dpi ensures clarity and detail. Canvas size. 3,500 by 2,500 pixels or larger for high-quality prints. Layers. Using multiple layers allows for better flexibility and adjustments. Fundamentals of Fantasy Concept Art 1. Developing strong line art. Use stabilization tools and software for cleaner strokes. Experiment with pencil, ink, and sketch brushes. Create dynamic compositions using fluid, energetic lines. 2. Understanding shape, language, and silhouettes. Use bold silhouettes to define characters and creatures. Shapes influence the feel of the design. Sharp edges create a menacing appearance. Rounded shapes convey friendliness. Intricate shapes add a sense of magic and mystery. 3. Color theory and mood in fantasy art. Use harmonious color palettes to set the atmosphere. Apply warm and cool tones strategically to create contrast. Experiment with glowing effects for magical elements. 4. Lighting and depth. Consider a primary light source and its impact on shading. Use rim lighting and bounce light to add depth. Atmospheric perspective helps create distance in landscapes. Advanced techniques in Fantasy Concept Art 1. Designing characters and creatures. Study anatomy and proportions to create believable beings. Mix real-world animals with imaginative elements to develop unique creatures. Use layered clothing and armor to add personality. 2. Crafting enchanting environments. Use foreground, midground, and background for depth. Add mist, fog, or light rays to enhance the fantasy atmosphere. Experiment with unique architecture and mythical landscapes. 3. Adding special effects and magic use. Glowing brushes to create spell effects. Incorporate particle effects like sparks, mist, or ethereal glows. Add motion blur for dynamic action scenes. 4. Perspective and composition. Use 1-point, 2-point, and 3-point perspective for depth. Follow the rule of thirds for balanced compositions. Create cinematic storytelling by leading the viewer's eye. Developing your own fantasy art style. Explore different styles such as dark fantasy, high fantasy, or surrealism. Develop a signature brush set for textures and details. Study works of master fantasy artists like Frank Frazetta, John Howe, Yoshitaka Amano. Final tips for aspiring fantasy artists. Practice regularly. Sketch creatures, characters, and landscapes daily. Use references. Study real-world animals, plants, and architecture. Join fantasy art communities. Platforms like ArtStation, DeviantArt, and social media offer feedback and inspiration. Push your creativity. Experiment with unconventional designs and storytelling elements. By mastering these digital techniques and creative principles, You can craft stunning fantasy concept art that transports viewers into magical realms. Keep exploring, refining your skills, and letting your imagination soar.